Welcome back, everyone, to a Frosborn update. Well, I guess technically it is an update. I was about to say not an update, but I guess technically it is. It's literally just bug fixes with, like, one change. I guess that's, if you want to call it that. And I guess since I am technically someone who does like to keep a very close eye on the updates of Frosborn, I'm going to talk about it here. But also, I want to shift this video's focus a little bit as it goes on. But I feel like that's going to come in a moment. First, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, join my Discord, follow my Twitter, you know the drill. Let's go into this update. Quite honestly, most of these changes are, as they say, quote, under the hood changes to make the login process and the game experience just all the more better. This update is largely aimed at protecting game accounts as opposed to actual game-related changes. As I said, there is one major change, but we're going to get into that. Going down the line of their patch notes that they said, reintroduced AFK warnings and automatic disconnects. That's not the main change I was talking about. I will say that seems decent. I mean, maybe if it's way too fast, it can get a little bit annoying, but honestly, AFK reminders, I wish they put something like that in Last Day on Earth. The amount of times I die at my base from looking away just for a moment, and all of a sudden, find myself gone. Yeah, I wish they did something like that. They fixed sort of an issue where players were appearing as players, but were actually mobs, attacking you in zones, even though that's technically not possible at the moment. That's not that big of a deal. But the main change, I guess, that is going to have, or I guess it technically has a lot of players up in arms, is the mines change. Essentially, now you're limited to placing 5 mines in a zone. This makes the giant strategies at Odin's all the more difficult because you can't just line the floor with traps in preparation to kill all the giants, or I guess technically the main issue that they're targeting here are base defense, where people literally just make the entirety of their base full of traps, which, I mean, sometimes seeing those clips and videos is a little bit funny almost, but I can see why they do this for changes. Obviously, people are debating it back and forth. Feel free to do that in the comments below. I am interested to definitely read the comments for that, but that's just your one major change for, I guess, technically the Frostborn update of the month, because these videos tend to come out monthly, I feel like. And I guess that's where I shift the video's focus officially to the Frostborn updates as Frostborn updates. That's what I want to focus in on and really talk about for this kind of video. So Frostborn updates come about monthly, but I wanted to ask, is this something you all are enjoying watching? The Frostborn channel, largely silent on my Discord, so can't really get a lot of info there. I honestly don't enjoy playing the game in general, like openly. Just, oh, what game do I play right now? Oh, let's click on Frostborn. Let's do that. I usually don't find myself in that situation, but what I do find myself doing with regard to Frostborn is looking at their updates, because updates are something that I feel like a lot of Kafir's side struggles with. You look at Last Day on Earth, especially in comparison to Frostborn. And that's one of the main reasons why I've continued to stick by Frostborn, is because Frostborn's updates, compared to Last Day on Earth's updates, have always been something. You've got mounds, you've got truce, you've got all those things that just throw up massive amounts of change to the game. You have all those things that are just simultaneous releases every single time, stuff like that. So that's the reason why I stick by it, to give it some sort of a comparison to see, hey, this is what is possible. Now, let's look at Last Day on Earth and see what actually ended up happening to that game. That's one of the main reasons why I stick around. But honestly, I don't find myself running to, oh, let's play Frostborn in my free time. No, I honestly don't feel like that's something I do. And I honestly feel like that's a large part of what my audience does too. We're not really necessarily hardcore Frostborn players. We keep an eye on the game in case something good or major comes up, but ultimately, we're not super scrutinizing, OMG, I got a bear. It's just, oh, the bear is going to be the tier 5 dog with true friend times 3. It's something like that. We're just keeping an eye on it, or at least that's what I assume. I'm curious to know what you all think, though. Is Frostborn something you still want to see continuing? Obviously, I really enjoy watching their updates. I just don't necessarily find myself rushing to play the updates as much. But is it something you enjoy seeing? Let me know down below. Subscribe. This has been a weird commentary video. I enjoyed just these sit-down commentary videos. Just sit down, record, talk about something for a couple of minutes at a time, and just push that off. But I like to push it to sort of a discussion kind of thing. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll probably be replying to a bunch of them this time. Yeah. Subscribe, ZD out.